Welcome back, guys. It's Colorado Crash here with another episode of Ragnarok Online 2. Today's gonna be a little bit different. At the request of one of my old friends, I'm gonna tell you a little story. Shout out goes out to my friend Zombie JLT1. That's his YouTube username. Go check out his channel. He does a lot of cool models for like a Lego creator. Anyway, so he wanted me to talk about our guild when we played Ragnarok Online, the original game. So I thought, you know, that's a great idea. I'm gonna go ahead and make that an episode. So here goes. Once upon a time we played Ragnarok Online, a long time ago. And let me begin with when I went to college. I joined a video gaming club where, you know, it wasn't about tournaments, it wasn't about making money for the club. It was about the experience. Playing video games and having fun. And a lot of what we did was we brought our TVs and our PlayStation, N64s, stuff like that from home, and we went and played at these meetings. Well, the meetings were basically a half an hour of speeches, which were role-playing mostly. Which was great. I mean, we get to be nerds, we get to play video games. It was an amazing time. I wish that time in my life had gone on for a longer period. But the game that seemed to be coming up more and more was Ragnarok Online, that everyone was playing, and you know, it was great. Everybody in the club was playing. We were all playing together. There was a little bit of craziness and drama in the beginning. So it happened to be that I decided to take leadership of a guild in order to continue playing together with my friends. I called that guild the Fated Circle of Ameratsu. Nah, no, that's a crazy name, but we looked it up. There were two like Japanese kind of gods. There was Amaterasu, which is the goddess of the sun. And then Ameratsu, which was another goddess I can't remember. And it just so happened that Ameratsu fit as far as the guild name because it had a certain number of characters back when that was a problem. So we went with that one. And decided to go ahead and make the guild and continue to have fun with friends.
Were you looking for me?
Clearly, we were very RP, you know, very into the role playing.
Is there something I can help you with?
Which is mainly why we kind of got away from the other guild, because a lot of them were more interested in the guild versus guild, the PvP stuff, and what we just wanted to do was have fun and kind of engross ourselves in those characters. Because when you went to those meetings, we were engrossing ourselves in other characters. It was very,
Are you taking your lessons serious?
it was very artistic, the way we did things. Very role-playing style. We didn't do Dungeons and Dragons. We weren't that kind of scene, but we did this Ragnarok Online thing, you know. It was a new thing for us. Instant messaging was kind of a big thing at the time, so. Oh look, somebody's online, I'm gonna talk to them. Well, I wanna play a game. Can't talk to this person who's online while I'm playing a game. That doesn't work. So we have this game that we're playing while being able to instant message your friend. That was crazy. Awesome. That's what really got me into it.
Welcome. The coffer location save surface is always with you. Welcome to the coffer location save service. Welcome. The coffer location save surface is always with you.
I mean, this was back in 2004 when World of Warcraft was just starting, and I had not heard of it. I had heard of Ragnarok, but not played it. So this was a new thing. I mean, it was more like 2002 to 2004.
History is something very precious.
It was a very new thing. MMOs were like EverQuest and Ultima Online. Those things were there, but not really played by my group of friends. It was these Korean MMOs that kind of came out of nowhere that we played. So the thing on the guild was this song. When I was in high school, I used to like Crystal Method, and the first song of the first album.
History is something very precious.
That really kind of engrossed me into this world, and I kind of took it into the guild. How it was. It starts like another world, another time, in the Age of Wonder. Another world, another time. This land was green and good, until the crystal cracked. Once more they will replenish themselves. Cheat death again, the power of their source, the crystal. I really like that because the game, as far as the guild goes, you had to get a crystal. It was called an Imperium crystal or something. And you had to crack it in order to be part of a guild. And in being part of a guild, your guild was able to then go and do the big bosses thing, as well as compete in the guild versus guild competition. So I really embraced those lyrics, kind of meshed them into my guild. I went as far as to require biographies of everyone's characters. I had I have a list here, my characters. I had an assassin I named Sugukura, which is roughly translated Dark Impact, which was my nickname, Crash Black. So, and then he was an assassin. I had his whole backstory. I don't remember these backstories. I had Crash too. He was a rogue. I had Illusion. He was a monk. And I had these great backstories for them. My hunter, in the game they used to have familiars, and they were birds. And I named my hunter Silverfire and her bird Phoenix. I named my blacksmith Dark Impact. I had an alchemist I named Kixen. I had a priest I named Aura. I had a gypsy named Samare, and a crusader that I never even got the crusader. She was a swordsman. I named her Cerula. And I don't know, I was writing a lot during this time, so I really took these names, put them into my other stories and all that stuff. So really these were like the starting points for a lot of my other things that I was working on. That I still like to say I'm working on, but not exactly. You know, but I had drawings, I had artwork, I had everything under the sun for these characters. I was so involved in them. To the point that I've taken a lot of their names and used them again in games. Clearly, the Sugukura, that's a big name for me. I use that a lot. Because it's my...
History is something very precious.
My original Crash Man, Crash Black.
History is something very precious.
It's just a Japanese form of that. I really was into studying Japanese and getting into that whole scene. I just never was able to do it.
What is the problem, my dear?
So, but I still hold on to that name a lot.
What is the problem, my dear?
And I actually, when I started playing WoW a couple years later,
What is the problem, my dear?
that was one of my first characters. Also, Crash. And I tied them into their classes.
History is something very precious.
Sugakura was an assassin, so I made him a rogue.
What is the problem, my dear?
Also, Crash was rogue. They were different races, so
What is the problem, my dear?
they were actually, one was Horde, one was Alliance. So I was able to make the two of them, and that was okay. I think I've deleted those characters by now, but also, when I finally picked my race, my class that I stuck with for quite a long time, it happened to be Cerula, who is my paladin. She was the first character I actually got to max level with in WoW. She didn't make it very far in Ragnarok, but she ended up making it all the way in WoW. I don't know what that's all about, but you know, this game just, it holds a lot of nostalgia for me. I mean, I played it for 2 years during the time where a lot of things were going on in my life. You know, I actually moved out of state to go to college. I did a lot of walking, a lot of riding my bike, and a lot of video games during those couple of years.
Good thing you came to our village.
And this kind of this game just kind of holds that place, you know, for me in my heart right there. Actually, the guy who asked me to do this story ended up being in my wedding, which was
It's good for you to have come.
in August of 2005. And then almost immediately after, in like October 2005, one of his friends
See
that
you
was in
again.
my guild, Ragnarok, decided to try to get me to play World of Warcraft, which he did. I have been playing World of Warcraft since 2005. Crazy to think that's 7 years. There's been some breaks here and there, but when I was playing World of Warcraft to begin with, it was like, wow. Because Ragnarok Online was a 2D sprite game. You know, it was 2.5 degrees. You know, the isometric, you can turn your character.
Tactics are very important in battles.
All that kind of stuff. But World of Warcraft was a 3D, huge world.
Tactics are very important in battles.
You didn't have to instance into each little section of the map like in Ragnarok. When you were on the world tree as a night elf, you know, that was huge. They had like 2 or 3 towns. And then you could fly from that tree to the rest of the world, which was, I mean, the tree was small compared to the rest of the world. It was a big leap, and I kept, how do I apply my knowledge from Ragnarok into this game? To be honest, you couldn't, because in the Korean MMOs, it was you had kind of a pentagram where you put points into, like strength, vitality, agility, intelligence, things like that. But once you put those points in, they're gone. You can't take them back and respend them for any amount of money.
Tactics are very important in battles.
The ability to take back points you've spent was incredible to me. When I first started playing World of Warcraft, you know, you got talents, and so I'm a rogue. I got all I can see is combat. I didn't know that they had assassination and subtlety.
What brings you here?
So I'm just putting points. I don't know where to put them. I'm saving points. And, you know, you don't know where in the world you're supposed to go. It's great to have a friend that knows, but, you know, he wasn't on all the time. Trust me, I was lost in that game. And then I find the class trainer who's like, would you like to regain all your points and start over and try again? And what? I can try again? I can start over? I can make my character better?
What's the matter?
After screwing up? That was the most forgiving, best thing about World of Warcraft. Even after all the 3D stuff, it was just like, what? You're gonna give me a second chance? I don't have to recreate the character? So that's gonna, how I've gone into it. I've been playing World of Warcraft long enough, but I don't need to go through all that. And then a lot of things now are like World of Warcraft, but not like. they're not new anymore. So I really did enjoy that kind of new feeling.
What's the matter?
The games I was playing. And I think Ragnarok really did that for me.
What's the matter?
It's very unforgiving, but it's fine. I want to explore these big places. That was another thing, is every month or two they were putting out new zones, new cities.
What's the matter?
Which is easy when you think about what kind of code they're working with. But when it takes 2-3 years to put out new major content for things, it gets to suck. So Ragnarok had it right there, but it also had it easy. It looks like World of Warcraft is kind of moving in that direction, but I'm not sure
What
that
brings
they're
you
able
here?
to keep up with the pace that I really enjoyed out of Ragnarok. So there's at least that. But even then, it's like, now that the game, the only new thing is when they balance out the classes, and you have to kind of learn what works for your class.
Tactics are very important in battles.
And maybe even trying a new class every once in a while is new, but the core of the game is just all the same. It really gets monotonous. It gets boring. I don't know that there ever will be that new feeling again in an MMO. I mean, I can read and do these new MMOs and be like, okay, that's what I need. I played Star Wars The Old Republic, and I can correlate almost every class and ability to World of Warcraft. It's cool to play a Star Wars game, but it's not cool when you're like, I've been here already. I might not have seen this exact thing. I might not have seen some of this dialogue and some of this other cool stuff. But I've done this game for so long. It's just not new anymore. And I wish that somewhere along the line that can be figured out and we can get back into this new thing. I'd love to start writing stories again for these characters, but I just I'm not invested enough in them because there's not that wonder, there's not that new feeling that you don't know what's gonna happen to your character tomorrow. You don't know what you're gonna even do in the game. You just go in, you do what you gotta do, you go out. It's not even fun anymore. So, anyway. Kind of wanted to bring that to the table. Again, thank you, Zombie JLT1. Go check out his channel. And thanks for watching, guys. Till next time.
Have you been learning your drills?